Hello, Lead STEM Academy parents. Welcome to the end of the school year. Welcome to the final cast off with the counselors for the 2022-2023 school year. Um, it's pretty short this month. I don't have a whole lot of information to share with you, but I want to get into it. So let's get started. Um, this month, I'm going to talk to you about the STEM Tank schedule, which I am recording this on Wednesday, the 17th. So STEM Tank is pretty much over. Um, but I'm going to share the schedule with you anyway. We haven't learned who the winners are yet. That'll be tomorrow. After that, I'll tell you about the last 2 days of school, specifically this Friday, the 19th, and next Monday, the 22nd. Then I'm going to give you an idea of some of the new classes that are going to be available here at Lead STEM Academy next year. And then I need to talk to my seventh grade parents, next year's seventh graders, about immunizations. And then, as always, I'm going to wrap it up with some dates to remember. So let's get started. Oh, yeah. And this is the last cast off with the counselors for the school year. I want to take a moment to appreciate that. Okay, so the STEM Tank schedule. Well, STEM Tank was this past Tuesday, the 16th, and it technically runs till tomorrow, Thursday, the 18th, because that's when we're going to learn who the winners are. So, um, Tuesday has passed, Wednesday has passed. That's the schedule that the kiddos followed today and yesterday. Tomorrow, which is the 18th, that's the schedule that they're going to follow. Now, technically, there is one more STEM Tank day, I guess you could say, and that would be tomorrow. But basically, they're done meeting in their groups. Okay. What they're going to do tomorrow is we're going to see the winning presentations. We're going to see all the nominees, and then we're going to learn who the winners are. And that will be broadcast into the classrooms. So another thing to remember about tomorrow is Chromebooks are going to be collected. Now, if you have an eighth grader, they're turning that Chromebook in, and that's it. They will not get another Chromebook until they go to high school. So if your eighth grader is taking online courses over the summer, the computer must be provided by the family. Okay. Um, if you have a sixth grader or a seventh grader, they will be able to check that Chromebook back out. I believe that's also going to happen tomorrow. You can see the schedule. Tomorrow we are on an assembly schedule, which means shortened periods, but it is an even day. So it's pretty much, you know, the typical schedule that we have. It's a typical assembly schedule, I should say. And then the last period of the day is when the anticipation will end and we'll learn who won STEM Tank. Okay. Um, this Friday, the 19th, and next Monday, the 22nd. Let's talk about those days. So this Friday is a full day of school. However, students are not permitted to bring backpacks. So tell your kiddos to leave their backpacks at home. Um, they will use their Chromebooks, but they will not bring their backpacks. We are on an assembly schedule once again on Friday because we have our final Student of the Month assembly. So that'll take place during period 7 on Friday. And Friday is an odd day, as you can see. Um, Next Monday, the 22nd, that is the final day of school. It is a half day for students. Um, and so you can see the schedule in front of you. Classes are 20 minutes long. Um, so, you know, you decide whether or not you would like your child to come to school next Monday. If they don't come to school, it is not a big deal. Um, Lunch will be provided on Monday. The bus riders will be served lunch first. Um, and then all the other students will get their lunches. So we have 2 lunch periods on Friday, as per usual. But as you can see, they're going to be quite short. And we need everybody off campus by 11:40. Um, and then you get to start your summer. Okay, there will be some changes to our course offerings next year. These are positive changes. So if you have a seventh or eighth grader for next year, pay attention. So we have several new electives that are going to be offered to our seventh and eighth graders. Each of these is a semester long, and it will be linked up with another semester elective. So some of these are going to go together. So we have advanced theater, we have career explorations, we have heroes in history, we have a lifetime skills class, we have a lifetime sports class, which is, kind of like PE for 7th and 8th graders, honestly. A speech and debate class. Okay, those are all for the 7th and 8th graders. My 6th graders next year, unfortunately, cannot take those courses. The course that the 6th graders can take is Exploring World Languages. So to put it plainly, we're no longer going to offer a beginning Spanish and a beginning French class to our 6th graders next year. It's Exploring World Languages is going to cover several different languages. Not quite sure who's going to be teaching it. Not quite sure which languages will be covered. I can imagine Spanish and French are going to be a part of it, but it is not a specific beginning Spanish or beginning French class. It covers all different languages. I've included a link at the bottom to our course catalog with descriptions of each of these courses if you have or your child has any questions. Okay, my 7th graders, next year's 7th graders, so current 6th graders. 7th grade immunizations must be administered before the start of the 7th grade school year. Okay, so Nevada state law requires that a student receive these immunizations prior to entering 7th grade. So it's the MCV4, meningococcal, and the Tdap immunizations. And you can make an appointment with your doctor, let them know that you have an upcoming 7th grader. They should know exactly what you're talking about. If you need to make an appointment with a Southern Nevada Health District clinic, I have a link for you right there. You can click on that link and look up the clinic locations and make an appointment. If you would like your child to be exempt from immunizations, there is some paperwork that needs to be filled out, and that's all handled by the health office. So if you have questions about that, you can contact the health office. All right, here we go. We're wrapping it up with our dates to remember. Not a whole lot because we're at the tail end. So as I stated earlier, Monday the 22nd, that is the last day of school. It is a half day for students. Buses will be provided on that day, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Now, heading into July, okay? July 27th and July 28th. If you have an upcoming 6th grader, then we are inviting you and your 6th grader to join us for Anchors Away. That's our 6th grade orientation. More information will be forthcoming. Myself and Mrs. Murray are going to be working on Anchors Away after the kiddos leave for the summer. We'll be working on it during summer acceleration. So we'll have that information to go out fairly soon. And if you currently have, a student who's either a 6th grader or 7th grader at Lead, then you probably attended Anchors Away already. And then we're going way in the future. We don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to mention it. August 7th is our first day of school for the 2023-2024 school year. That is a Monday, August 7th. All right, we want to thank you for your support and your involvement. It makes a huge difference when we have involved parents, and we have many, many involved parents here at Lead, and we so appreciate that in the counseling office. It makes our job so much easier, and it helps us to work as a team. We hope you have a wonderful summer with your children. Hopefully you get to do some traveling and come back fresh in August. Yes, one more point. We flip with our students next year. So to give you an idea what our department's going to look like now, Mr. Tarboro, Coach T, he's still going to be our student success advocate. So he covers all 3 grade levels. Mrs. Sims moves up to 8th grade with her current 7th graders. Mrs. Murray moves up to 7th grade with her current 6th graders. And I get the newbies. I move down to 6th grade and I get the brand new Lead STEM Academy Navigators. So that's what our department will look like next year. Okay. Uh, Again, have a wonderful, wonderful summer, and thank you so much. Hello again, Lead STEM Academy parents. Welcome to our final cast off with the counselors for the 2022-2023 school year. It's pretty light this month as it is the end of things. Don't have a whole lot of information to share, but there's some important details coming your way. So let's get into it. So, what I'm going to talk to you about is the STEM Tank schedule, which is pretty much over. Following that, I'll talk to you about the last 2 days of school, which is this Friday and next Monday. By the way, I'm recording this on Wednesday, the 17th. Following that, I'm going to give you an idea of some of the new courses that are going to be available next year at LEAD to our 7th and 8th graders. And then we need to talk about the immunizations that are required for our upcoming 7th graders. And as always, we will end with dates to remember. So let's get started. Whoa, that's right. This is the last cast off. Can't say that enough. Okay. So STEM Tank. Well, it started this past Tuesday, which was yesterday, the 16th. And technically, I guess it ends tomorrow, which is Thursday, the 18th, because tomorrow we're going to find out who won. All right. So most of what you're seeing on the screen has already happened. Okay. Tuesday, that was the schedule. Today, Wednesday, this was the schedule. Tomorrow is the 18th, and this is the schedule that's going to be followed. So tomorrow is an even day for our students. There are no STEM Tank meetings. Okay. It is an assembly schedule, which means shortened periods for our kiddos. And it also means at the end of the day, the students will view the final presentation. So the finalists that made the cut, their presentations will be broadcast into classrooms during period 8, and the winners will be announced. So that's really exciting. And that'll wrap up STEM Tank for the school year. One other important event happening tomorrow is students are checking in their Chromebooks. So they will not have Chromebooks for the summertime. So what does Friday the 19th and Monday the 22nd look like? Let's jump into it. This Friday the 19th is a full day of school. Okay, it's not a half day. Students are not permitted to bring their backpacks. They do not need their Chromebooks. They really don't need to bring anything on Friday, just themselves. We are on an assembly schedule again because the end of the day will be our final Student of the Month assembly celebration. You can see the schedule right there. Again, it's an assembly schedule. Again, shortened periods for the students. And it's an odd day on Friday. Now that brings us to next Monday, the 22nd, the final day of the school year. It is a half day for our students. You can see the schedule in front of you. Each class is about 20 minutes, is 20 minutes. We will have lunch. We will be serving lunch to our kiddos. Bus riders are going to eat lunch first, starting at 11:11. And then 10 minutes later, we're going to feed our walkers, our bike riders, our students that get picked up. So everybody gets lunch before they leave for the day on Monday. And everybody needs to be off campus by 11:40. That is the end of the school day next Monday. Okay, we have some changes to our course offerings coming next year. Most of these courses that I'm going to share with you are only going to be available to the 7th and 8th graders. So here are some new courses, brand new courses available at LEAD. These are all electives, and they're all, most of them are 1 semester long. So they'll be paired up with other courses. Some of them are going to be paired up. Many of them are going to be paired up with each other. But anyway, Mrs. Prather is going to offer an advanced theater class for the first time, and that's only open to our 7th and 8th graders. Career Explorations is a new course that we're offering. Heroes in History is a new course. Lifetime Skills is a new course. Lifetime Sports. It's basically PE for our 7th grade and 7th graders. And eighth graders can take lifetime sports also. Speech and debate is going to be offered. And then we finally have one course that's going to be available to our sixth graders, and that's our Exploring World Languages course. Now, beginning Spanish and beginning French are going away. We're not going to offer those courses anymore at LEAD. Instead, all all sixth graders will be required to take a beginning Exploring World Languages course, which is going to cover several different languages. I'm sure Spanish and French will be in there, but it's also going to cover other languages. Which languages it's going to cover has not been determined yet. If you'd like more information on these courses, including descriptions, here's a link to the course catalog. You can click on that, and it'll take you to our course catalog, which explains each of these courses and tells you which courses are going to be matched up in students' schedules, because certain courses have to go together. Okay. If you have a rising seventh grader, if you have a current sixth grader, that child is required by state law to obtain some immunizations prior to starting seventh grade next year. So we're talking about the meningococcal or the MCV4 vaccination and the Tdap vaccination. So those two immunizations must be updated before a student starts seventh grade. And there have been times when students have been sent home because they did not have those vaccinations. They weren't updated. You should be able to make an appointment with your family doctor to get these immunizations. Otherwise, you can visit the Southern Nevada Health District, click the link right there, and they have clinics, and you can make an appointment at a clinic somewhere in the valley. If you would like your child to be exempt, there's some paperwork that needs to be filled out, and that is handled by the health office. So contact the health office if you have questions about that. Okay, we are finishing up, as always, with our dates to remember. Pretty light this year, this month. The 22nd, as I said, next Monday, that's the last day of school. It is a half day. Students will be off campus by 11:40. Moving into July, Thursday the 27th and Friday the 28th is our sixth grade orientation. We call it Anchors Away. So if you have an incoming sixth grader, we are inviting them to attend. We're inviting you to attend. If you have a current seventh grader or current sixth grader, actually, you most likely attended Anchors Away with us. If you have an eighth grader, we were online, so Anchors Away was very different. But yeah, we're back to the traditional Anchors Away. Information on that is forthcoming. We'll be working on that over the next couple days. And then going further into the future, a date we do not want to discuss right now, but I'm going to mention it. Monday, August 7th is the first day of the 2023-2024 school year. All right, it's been an awesome year for us in the Student Services Department. We want to thank you for your support. We want to thank you for being a part of the team. It makes our job much easier when we all work together. We hope you have a wonderful, relaxing, enjoyable summer with your kiddos. Hopefully you get to take some trips, get out of the heat. One more thing. Next year, we are rotating with our students, okay? So this is what the department's going to look like. Mr. Tarborough, of course, is still going to be our student success advocate. He covers all 3 grade levels. Mrs. Sims moves up to 8th grade with her current 7th graders. Mrs. Murray moves up to 7th grade with her current 6th graders. And my 8th graders are leaving me, so I get the newbies. I get the 6th graders next year. So that's what our department is going to look like. We will see you in the fall. Thanks again so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful summer.